What's up, gang? What's up? Oh boy, Jay. Let's do. No. No. Definitely not easy on the quads today. Definitely not easy on the quads. Let's just do a lightweight. Let's do a 5-pound dumbbell. That's probably all you'll need for the first series. I'm gonna get you guys started in a minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Day 3, new program. Day 3, new program today. We're gonna do all burpees, split squats, and push-ups today. No. Burpees, split squats, and push-ups. There are split squats too. Just no burpees. No burpees. Nope. You basically like, yeah. Named after Count Burpee. So the squat thrust, so depending on who you talk to, the squat thrust is either without the jump at the top or without the push-up at the bottom. All right. My little fitness freaks. Let's get it popping. That's what the kids say these days. Let's get it popping. Any hip up you want to do. Dealer's choice. Oh, actually, I'm the dealer. Player's choice. So any hip up you want to do, we're going to do 30 seconds. Any hip up you want to do, 3, 2, 1, go. You could do marching hip ups. You could do regular hip ups. You could do frog pump hip ups. You could do single leg hip ups. You could do halfway done. Weighted hip ups. Any hip ups you want to do?
That helps.
Just what the hell? Just getting
Marching
those glutes, gluteals warmed up. Rest. Rest, 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 rest. Let's see. What do we got? We got beast crab, undersmoked 2 grazes. All right, cool. What we're gonna do next is you're gonna take a knee. We're gonna do a series. Okay, so we're gonna take a knee. I'm gonna rock forward and backward twice. So 2 times rocking forward and backward. I'm gonna put my hands down on the ground. I'm gonna lift my knee up off the ground by squeezing my butt 3 times. Then I'm gonna put my knee on the ground and reach the ceiling 4 times. So it's 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I come back up. I go forward and backward twice. Hands go down the ground. Squeeze the right butt. Lift the knee up 3 times. Squeezing the right butt or whatever glute that is for you. And then 4 with the knee down rotation. We're gonna do 3 of those. So 3 each side. Great job, Mark. Yeah, you could do that right now. Yeah. I needed to. If I really needed to, I could kill somebody. That's right. You're a go-getter. Well, what is wisdom? Right? Don't you have to mess up a bunch of times to get wise? All right, gang, after that one, we're gonna go. This one you could do in a quadruped position. I'll show you how to do this in a belly down. See, Martha, I'm gonna show you how to do this in a belly down position. However, you could definitely do this in a quadruped position. Either way, totally fine. So ideally, we're here, okay? I'm gonna take my hands into a T position. I'm gonna rotate my thumbs as far as I can, and then as far as I can. It looks like this. So you could do this in a quadruped position. And I'm just thinking about rotating my thumb. Now, when I do this, I'm focusing on rotating the shoulder and the joint. I'm not just focusing on trying to move my hand. I'm actually moving my hand by focusing on trying to rotate my shoulder and the joint. Give me 10 of those. So you're thinking about rotating the shoulder and the joint. 10 rotations. And this is kind of weird. But the easier your shoulder, the easier your upper arm bone rotates in the socket of your shoulder, the healthier your elbows are going to be, the healthier your wrists are going to be. We're seeing a lot of people with kind of stuck in that area, and we're getting a lot of elbow pain, a lot of wrist pain. After you guys are done with that, actually, let's stand up. So our balance today, working a little bit on the balance. Here's what it's going to look like. So I want you to have something close by that you can hang on to if you need to. So there's going to be two movements. We're going to do a lateral lunge. We're going to do a lateral lunge on the opposite side. And then I want you guys to squat down with your heels up off the ground. So I want you to think butt to heels and then draw back up. Okay. Now, if you can, try and do this without holding on to anything. And back over. Okay, we're going to do 6 of those. So 6 lateral lunges. 6, these are called Hindu squats. A terrible name. I didn't make it up. I don't know to tell you about that one. But basically a Hindu squat is you're just trying to squat down. It's like our heel elevated squat, except we are elevating the heels ourselves. Nice and slow going on that, going into that squat, nice and slow. If you can, try and keep your knees and your feet together when you go into that squat. It's gonna make it a lot more challenging. 5 to 6 of those. What I'm working on is doing that squat and then trying to be able to touch the knees to the ground nice and slow, and then come back up. And then that's something that I work on in my workout. All right, gang, let's do our ankle buy-in next. And then we'll do a little bit of flow. We'll do a little bit of self-love, and then we'll get you guys into the workout. So ankle buy-in, you guys all know the drill. No newbies here. We're doing our toe raises. When you guys are doing your tibialis raises, so when you're bringing your toes up, okay? What I want you to focus on is the toes come up, the big toes in line with the pinky. So try not to let your feet rotate. I know it's kind of hard to see, but try not to let your pinky drop below your big toe when you're doing your tibialis raises. I imagine a stick across my toes, and I'm trying to lift that stick up level. So we're going to do 25 of those tib raises. We're going to flip over. We're going to do 25 calf raises. When you're doing your calf raise, make sure you're pushing through your big toe. And then we're going to go back to those tibialis raises. And then we're going to do KOT, calf raise, knee over toe, calf raise. She do this. 25 of each. After your straight leg calf raise, you're going to go back to that tibialis raise. Huh? Well, you do this is so easy. Why is it so hard for you? That's what I'm doing. That's it. Yeah, that's just a squat all the way down, Jamie. Yeah, it's all the way back up. You got it. Okay, so since you can do that, so do it again. Huh? Do it again. Yeah, and then go into reverse Nordic. So lower yourself back as far as you feel comfortable. Yep, with feet in that position. I mean, you can point them if you want to. And now you bring yourself back up and then drive back up into that. Yep. Yeah, and then try and do it slow. All right, guys. So after you get those done, yep. Yep. Yeah, but don't let your heels come down on the ground until you're upright. Yes. For me, my big toe limitation is what gets me. So we do have a flow. We actually have two movements. We're going to do the easy one first, and we'll do the hard one second. So easy one is going to be crab hip ups plus reach. This is like one of my favorite animal flow exercises. So you're in a crab position. My fingers are pointing behind me. If that's uncomfortable, you can rotate your hands and have your fingers pointing out to the side. That's fine. So the motion, so my hips are halfway between my heels and my hands. And I'm thinking about having chest up nice and tall. So the motion for the crab is basically like a hip up. So I'm going to push my hips up. Okay, that's the base motion. If you want to add in the reach, you're going to take your hand off the ground, you're going to drive the hips up, and you're going to reach towards the ceiling, and then back down, and then back up into that reach. Okay, so either give me 6 crab hip ups or 3 reaches each side. When you're doing your crab hip up or your reach, I want you to think about this like a hip up. So you are squeezing your glutes to try and drive your pelvis up. Ideally, at the top of that position, your shoulders, your hips, and your knees would all be in the same line. So 6 total or 3 on each side. Okay, next one is going to be your beast under switch to crab. And then if you want to, we can throw in a scorpion reach. Although for this week, let's just work on the beast under switch to crab. So I'm in a beast position. My knees are in on my belly button. My shoulders are a little bit ahead of my wrists. And my knees are off the ground enough to be able to slide a piece of paper between the ground and my knees. Okay, so that's your beast position. So I'm going to lift my right leg and my left hand up off the ground. I'm going to rotate to a crab position. And then I'm going to go back, same side, to that beast position. Okay, so we're going to do 4 on each side. 4 on each side. Good, Carrie. Suzanne's putting a crab reach in there. I love it. If you guys are having a hard time with this, just focus on rotating and dropping your hip down to the ground. So I take my left hand off the ground and I rotate my right hip down. And then I would do the same thing on the opposite side. I take my right hand off the ground, rotate my left hip to the ground. So if you're having a hard time with the under switches, just hit me with some hip drops. After that, let's do some self-love. So for the self-love, I'm gonna give you guys 3 minutes, okay? I will go over our normal self-love, what we typically do for the self-love, but I'm also gonna give you guys 3 minutes. So if it's really easy for you to touch your toes, maybe just do that once and then go on to the next exercise. So we want you to, the whole idea with the self-love is that you're checking in with yourself. We're moving our body through those big ranges of motion. So toe touch, we move our hips through a big range of motion, spine through a big range of motion, squat, ankles, knees, hips through big range of motion, shoulders, arms overhead, quadruped, spinal waves moving the spine. If there's an exercise that we might have given you guys for rehab or prehab, this would be a great time to do it. If you want to add in some extra exercises, you want to add in some extra core, body's feeling good, put some extra core in. You want to put some extra biceps in, triceps, whatever you want to do. 3 minutes, the motions we have are toe touch. So first exercise is a toe touch. Big hip hinge back. Use all of the range of motion from your hips before you drop your head and round the spine and then back up. Goal is to be able to touch the toes with straight knees. If you can touch the toes with straight knees, that's awesome. Move on to the next exercise. After your toe touch, and you can either do 4 toe touches or 4 breaths in the bottom position. After the toe touch, we're going to go into a deep squat position. Goal is to try and get the hips below the knees with the heels on the ground. If you're able to do that, fantastic. You can move on to the next one. If that's hard for you, you can hold on to something to make it a little bit easier. Next one's arms overhead. So we're here. We're going to bring our arms over the top of our head and then bring our arms back over top. Trying to keep the elbows straight. For this, what we're looking for is we're looking for elbows straight and for you to get your arms over top of your head. And the reason why we do this laying on the ground is because it takes away the compensation that people typically have. After your arms overhead, we're going to go into your quadruped spinal waves. So quadruped spinal waves. Rounding through the spine, arching the opposite direction. Got 1 minute. After our quadruped spinal waves, our cat and camels, if you will, we're going to go into our wrist love. This could also be where you're doing your wrist strengthening exercises. Here we got about 30 seconds, guys. We're going to get into the workout, the zombie apocalypse workout. All right, gang, that's about 3 minutes. So you guys can rest a little bit. Today, a brand new workout today, day 1. Actually, it's day 3. It's day 1 of this particular, don't worry about it. So what we got tactical post lunge to lateral lunge. Or lateral lunge. So there's a couple different ways that you can do this. Because it's week 1, first day of this program, we want you guys to keep it nice and easy. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this exercise. You can either pick lateral or posterior. So I'm going to start with the kettlebell. I'm going to hold over on one side, so don't hold in the middle. Give yourself a little bit of room to hang on to. You're going to take a step back. You're going to pass the kettlebell from the inside to the outside underneath your leg. And then you do that on the opposite side. If you want to, you could also do a lateral lunge instead of posterior lunge. Lateral lunge is going to hit the butt, hamstrings a little bit more. Posterior lunge is going to hit the quads and butt a little bit more. So either one of those, you can grab it. Second exercise is going to be your ISO, YT, W and I's. You guys know that one. We want you to add a little bit of weight this time. So like you can hold a book in each hand, you can hold a magazine in each hand. When I do this exercise, I hold about 3/4 of a pound in each hand. Okay, so you don't need a lot of weight. Like a soup can, it's totally fine, right? So this one, because you're adding weight, you're gonna start at 10-second hold. Third one's gonna be a split squat. You guys all know how to do split squats. I like to do the split squat. Set yourself up in the bottom of the position. So get yourself in this good position. You're gonna hold on to something for some balance so you can make sure the muscles are working the right way every rep. There's your split squat. You wanna try something a little bit different? You can bring your heel so that it's in line with your knee and try that, as long as you can keep your front heel on the ground. Fourth exercise, hand walkouts to dynamic front planks. Woo-hoo. So hand walkout, we did this last phase. So we're gonna reach down to the ground. We're gonna walk our hands out as far as I feel comfortable. I'm gonna let my hips drop to the ground, squeezing my butt, and then pike my hips back up, and then walk hands back to heel, or excuse me, walk hands back to toes. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. That's well, I just showed them that. So we're gonna go 12 minutes, as many rounds as you can get done in 12 minutes. Reps are gonna be 10 each for your tactical post lunges or lateral lunges. 10-second hold for the ISO, YTs, and W's, I's, as long as you're holding a weight. 10 to 20 split squats, your choice. And we're gonna do a 3 to 5 ratio of hand walkouts. So basically all that means is that you're gonna do 3 hand walkouts, and you're gonna do, each hand walkout, you're gonna do 5 dynamic front planks. So do a 1 hand walkout, 5, back up. Another hand walkout, 5, back up. We'll do that 3 times. 3, 2, 1, go. I can show that exercise if you guys are a little confused on that one. You let me know and I'll show you. So Jay, do this. Take a step, pass, and then take a step, pass. Yep. When you guys are doing the hand walkouts, try and make sure your hips are as level as possible. So they're not rotating too much side to side. They're not going too much up and down. Carrie, that looks great. Paulina, that looks great. For the post lunges, so for that tactical lunge, if you're doing a post lunge, you notice that like your balance is really off. Check to see where your feet are. A lot of times people have their feet really close together when they're doing that post lunge. So you just take your feet a little bit wider. Give yourself a little bit wider of a base. For that prone IYT and W, we want the thumbs pointing to the ceiling the whole time. Don't worry about trying to get the hands up off the ground. You are focusing on trying to squeeze your shoulder blades back together. Start at 10 seconds for this. You add weight to this exercise, it does make it a doozy. So we got a Y position, arms in a Y position, hold for 10 seconds. Arms in a T position, hold for 10 seconds. Arms in a W position, hold for 10 seconds. And arms in an I position, hold for 10 seconds. If that 10 seconds is easy, you can try and go to 15 seconds. Or just one. When you guys are doing your split squats, same thing. If you notice that you're having a hard time with your balance, make sure that your feet are kind of wide from each other. I always think about being able to fit a foam roller between my inside of my front foot and inside of my back foot, as opposed to doing it like this. Okay. The other option, hold on to something. I will always, anytime I'm doing an exercise that challenges my balance, except maybe for single leg squats, I will always hold on to something that allows me to work the muscle better. And I can make sure that every repetition is the same repetition. That's a 10 to 20. That split squat, you should be feeling that a lot in your glutes. That's where we want you to target the split squat. You can have a slight lean forward, hit that glute a little bit harder. Should feel a little bit in your quad too. After your split squats, you're doing your hand walkout. So remember, you're gonna do one hand walkout and then 5 dynamic front planks. And you're gonna do that 3 times. You got it, Jay. When you guys go into your dynamic front plank, you're gonna do that on your forearms. So you're gonna do that hand walkout. You're gonna put your forearms on the ground. You'll do your 5 dynamic front planks. You'll go back to your hands on the ground, and then you'll walk your hands back to your toes. Just like what Jamie's doing right there. Right there. There she is. Look at her go. Look at her go. She's such an animal. Snuck what? Huh? Oh. So that's a super plank. A long ass exercise description. Jay's getting hot. Get that window open, Jay. It's child-proof. It's child-proof window, okay? Gang, we're going. What did I say, 12 minutes? Going 12 minutes. When you guys are doing these tactical lunges, whether it's posterior, lateral, remember, if you're doing with a kettlebell, remember that's a cannonball. You got like this 25-pound cannonball that's hurtling towards your knees. So make sure that you're controlling that weight. Don't let the weight control you. I like that. Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, I saw another one where they're like, they pass it around and then pass it under and then pass it around. Gang, day 1 today, take it easy today. Today is just feeling the exercises, seeing which one is hard, which one's easy, which one you can go heavier on, which one you can go lighter on. Whenever I start a new program, I have a 0 week. My 0 week is where I go through the entire program. I do each day. And basically, I'm just trying to figure out, hey, how am I going to feel tomorrow? If I push this exercise hard, what am I going to feel like tomorrow? What exercise do I need to be careful of, et cetera, et cetera. So for all intents and purposes, this would be your 0 week. This is the week where you're feeling everything out for the next 5 weeks. We also treat this week as a deload week. So for almost everybody here, you guys are all getting 3 workouts in every 6 weeks. That's a good reason to do a deload week. A deload week would be a week of lower intensity and volume. Give your body a rest. Week 1 should be the easiest week of the entire program. Should have bent over wise. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna take a band and probably gonna be too hard. Yeah, that one. That'll be fine too. "12 minutes, gang. We got 9 minutes down, 3 minutes to go. Zombie apocalypse coming at you, prime time. Mel, if you can, try and touch that back knee to the ground. Yes, you got it, girl, just like that. Yes, Carrie, those are the muscles we want to be working. Guys, I'd much rather you focus on trying to get a muscle to work harder, focus on trying to get a muscle to work harder, rather than lift more weight to get that muscle to work harder. You can always add more weight. And because of that, because you can always add more weight, let's focus on trying to get the muscle to work harder so that we don't have to add as much weight. For 20s, it's a little different story. Ten minutes, guys. 10 minutes down. 2 minutes to go. Eleven minutes, gang. 1 minute. Last minute. Last minute, guys. We're going to get a little breather before we start our next series. A little breather. 20 seconds. 20 seconds, guys. Gang, rest. That is 12 minutes. That is time. Grab a breather. 2 minutes. 2 minutes rest. $50, holy shit. For those of you who have trouble counting, you might want to grab a stopwatch. All right, gang, so okay. So we got first exercise, bent over Ys. So we're going to be in a bent over position. You can also do this in a standing position. Bent over is going to make it a little bit easier to make it harder. Standing position, harder to make it harder. So you're just here and you're going to make a Y. I want you to think about lifting your elbows to the ceiling, not your hands. You can hold on to some weight if you want to, totally fine. You could also do this with a band. Nice and slow. Okay, slow for that motion. Second exercise, in and out. We did this one last phase. This time you're doing 15 to 50. 5-0. I would grab a stopwatch. 50 reps would be approximately 90 seconds. Next exercise, B stance deadlift to catch. Okay, for those of you that are still working on your B stance deadlift, so we're here. I'm going to straddle the kettlebell. I'm going to take a small step backwards. My heel will be off the ground. Okay, I'm going to reach down, grab a hold of the bell, stand up. Okay, if you want to, you can do that with a catch. I use both hands. I pull it and I catch it and then back down. You can also, if you feel comfortable, do a clean, single arm clean. Okay, base movements, deadlift. Last exercise, banded rows or push-ups. This is a choose your own adventure. If you've had a history of shoulder problems or you've had a history of elbow problems, then you're going to do your row. If you shoulders and elbows feel good, then you can do your push-up. You can also alternate. So you could do one set of rows and one set of push-ups. Totally fine. That's going to be 10 to 20. So we're going to do another 12-minute set. Any like for the banded row, any banded row you want to do, any row. So you could do standing rows, you can do bands around the feet row, you could do face pulls, any row that you want. We're doing this more for scapular health. 12 minutes. We're going to do 10 Ys. We're going to do 15 to 50 in and outs, or roughly what would be about 30 seconds to 90 seconds. We're going to do 10 to 20 B stance deadlifts or B stance deadlift catch. And then we're going to do 10 to 20 banded rows or push-ups. 3, 2, 1, go. So first exercise is a Y. When you guys are doing this Y, make sure you're going nice and slow. You guys can go ahead and start. So nice and slow. As far as weight for the Y goes, it's really up to you. Not too heavy. And thumbs are pointing up. So thumbs are pointing to the ceiling. Yeah. It's too heavy. Yeah, I was looking for a long green. Huh? That's probably gonna be too hard too. Huh? Nope. So you're gonna do a wall slide. So you're here. Yeah, right about there, bring it back down. Yeah, open this up right about there. Hold that. Sorry, hold that. Should feel it right in through here once we find. Sorry. I'm done with that. Done with that band. With the Ben or Y. Nothing. That other position puts you. So in that motion, the muscles that we want are working throughout the motion, but they're going to work harder in different areas. With this exercise, the muscles are working hard in the entire movement. So either one is good. It's too much of a pain in the butt. Like, Carrie, you do not have to. Actually, you're doing okay. You can keep doing that. You're all right. Good, Paulina. Gang, you'll finish your 12 minutes. Got you all looking good. And you guys are doing your Ys. You shoulders are the only thing that should be moving. So your chest shouldn't be coming up and down. It should be just shoulders moving. As long as you can. Yeah. But you'd probably want to either hold it in this position, or if you can, I mean, it would be to do it in this. But I don't think we have something. I mean, I can't even do it with this. We keep. That's pretty hard. Yeah, as long as you feel it, like basically kind of like in this area and like this area. As long as you feel it in those areas. And then maybe do like a burnout set for your lats of any exercise that you want. Yeah, the whys. Yeah, what you asked about, the whys. As long as you feel it in those areas. Paulina adding the press. I like it. Gang, you're 7 minutes down. We're going for 12 minutes. 7 minutes are down, 5 minutes to go. Nice and easy, guys. Nice and easy for today. Feeling the exercises out. Eight minutes, gang. 4 minutes to go. If you guys have any questions, an exercise is hurting, any joints, we don't want any joint pain. Hips, knees, ankles, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists. No joint pain, muscle pain, okay. Muscle pain's okay. As long as it's not just muscle pain on one side. That's not okay. Gang, we're 9 minutes down. We got 3 minutes. Suzanne, good job.
Thank you. I gotta go. I did 3 sets. And
Good job.
Tired.
That's good.
So
Have a great weekend.
have a good weekend.
Gang, coming up on 10 minutes. "90 seconds, guys. 90 seconds. "30 seconds, guys. 15 seconds. Ten seconds. Finish whatever it is that you're doing. That is time. You guys are done. No finisher. You guys all did a great job. Great workout.
All righty, man. See you next week.
I'll see you Monday. Excellent job, everybody. Enjoy the beautiful weekend.
Enjoy the weekend.
All right, thanks, Ben.
You're welcome, Mel.